So we're at Nakasong Harbour on the way to Don Det. Ferry across long-tail boat.
Start of our next little adventure. We've just done a 3-hour bus ride, really smooth, which makes a change. And now we're going to stay on a little island called Don Det for 2 nights just before we cross the border and go over to Cambodia. I'm liking the look of this. It's absolutely beautiful.
So this is some of the 4,000 islands that are in the middle of the Mekong, towards the end of the Mekong as it goes into Cambodia. So you can see the beer lao, but the views out on an island in the Mekong. So that's the waters of the Mekong, and yeah, there's lots of these islands all the way about. I'm trying to share a little seat with a cat which doesn't want to move. He's assuming the little cat doesn't want to eat me. He's a bit of a monster, aren't you? Vicious. So we're off on our little adventure on Don Det. Some push bikes because it's all nice and flat.
Our first time on bicycles.
Yeah, first time on push bikes rather than having those, you know, little motorbikes. But, yeah, so Don Det is yeah, it's a very quiet island. It's a little bit similar to Gilier that we went off of Lombok in terms of how much infrastructure is here and the sort of vibe of the place. There's a few restaurants and bars and stuff, but not too many, and it's a very relaxed atmosphere. You've got a few locals there, got a pig, hello piggy, and yeah, so we're off going cycling around the island today and see the sights that it has. There's the bridge that crosses from Don Det to Don Con, which is one of the highlights of the trips, crossing the bridge. Just crossing the bridge. Oh, turn stopped. Hopefully my hat doesn't blow off. I'm gonna keep going. Get to the other end. My hat's gonna blow off. Me on the bridge with my hat off now. It's a bit windy here, so don't want to lose my hat into the river. Here's our second sight of the day. So first sight was the bridge across the island, and my hat nearly blew off. And the second one's a little waterfall. It's a new bridge, and it only built a few months ago. Used to have a rackety one before. So this is part of the Mekong going down. We decided not to kayak today because we don't have a lot of luck with our kayaks. But have more luck with bikes. So we're now stood in the middle of the Mekong, rushing past us. We don't think we can quite clamber over enough rocks to get any closer to the bigger waterfall than where we are.
Whether we could get round that way, but I think a lot of these bridges have collapsed.
I think they're fishing things rather than bridges.
Yeah, very possibly.
Yeah.
But what a beautiful little spot this is.
So we made it to the bottom or the south of Don Con, and you can see the Mekong stretching out in front of you there. That's the side of the flags. There we go. That's a bit more. And as luck would have it, there's a little cafe bar here that sells beer. So we might have to see how cold it is. The Jan's being good with a fruit shake. I've got my cold beer. But looking at Google Maps, so over directly there is Cambodia. So we're not far at all from our next place, and Laos runs out somewhere in the middle of the Mekong there, and then it heads off to the left. So even about a mile downriver is Cambodia. And just about to experience a nice sunset on the river. Last day or full day in Laos, and tomorrow we're off and going to brave the land crossing, the notorious land crossing border to Cambodia. But we booked up a bus that hopefully sounds from the reviews as though it will sort of take us through without a hitch.
Nice luxury VIP reclining seats, English speaking guide to help us with the wonderful papers in Cambodia, because I think it's renowned for being a bit of a pain in the bottom border to get across. So with a little bit of help from a fellow Brit, it should be all plain sailing.
Laos has taken us both a bit by surprise. Didn't know what to expect, and the first couple of days were pretty shit. Feeling not very good and trying to get many bumpy buses and a crap little town called Luang Namta. Yeah, Nongkor was beautiful. Mountains around it, and the town was busy, or nice sort of busy, full of tourists, lots of restaurants and places to eat, but not overly commercialised.
Just again, really
just
nice
easy.
vibe
Yeah.
about the place. Really chilled and relaxed. Friendly people, bars, restaurants, plenty to choose from. Mama Tia for breakfast was just outstanding. Shatsuka, best one I've had ever, I think. Apart from Barney's, of course. And then, just an hour's boat ride up the road, up the river even. You can go and do a couple of days over at Luang Noi, which was a little bit different.
Yeah, it was nice again. There
views
was a
of
slightly
the valley.
smaller village,
Yeah.
and you're a bit cut off, but there was still plenty of options to eat and drink and stay there. And there was several good walks to local villages or up in the mountains with viewpoints.
Oh, amazing!
Different cave
viewpoints,
systems.
Yeah. Yeah, if you
lovely.
don't mind a bit of hiking and safe enough to go off and do it on your own, so you haven't got to pay mega money to go and see the views. You can just do it by yourself. The paths were all pretty clear, Chris, weren't they?
Yeah.
Where you needed to have sort of a rope support, they were there.
Yeah.
So it was lovely. And then we did a couple of days there, and then we headed
Christmas in Luang Namta.
Luang Prabang.
Luang Prabang. We had Christmas in Luang Prabang.
What is it? Pretty little town. Really good street market there, which was food market was really, really good. And once you've seen that main street, which is very pretty and has got the French style buildings there, and many French people there. Then the river, they're doing a lot of construction work down by the river. It's not the prettiest of the Mekong, is it?
Not that side, but the other side's alright. But it's just a big brown river.
Yeah.
We headed off to Vang Vieng. And, that surprised us, that town. Had a lot of bad press. But it was generally a nice town, which had a bit of life to it. So,
very much so. Yeah, we extended there.
Yeah.
It was people were very welcoming, and plenty of things to do. Again, you don't necessarily have to go and pay lots of money on trips.
No, there was some
lots of walks, hikes you could do yourself.
up to the viewpoints,
Yeah.
where you could sit in an aeroplane or a buggy that was perched up the top. So that was good fun to do.
Yeah, beautiful views across Vietnam.
They had the little blue lagoons that were okay. You know, the New Year's Day balloon ride, hot air balloon ride with above Laos, that was fabulous. So, and if you are coming out this way, I would go the above Laos balloon ride rather than the ones in town. You have to pay another $25, I think it was,
Well, it was
each.
worth it.
But you get to see. You don't just get to fly over the town. You get to fly over the valley a bit further out of town. So yeah, and you up there. We were up there for an hour, so you get longer and yeah, it's better. And Paxi was a nice little town, so we did a couple of things in Paxi. We went to Champasuk.
I think that's pronounced campus.
And Wat Phu, which is an old temple. That was a nice day out from Paxi on the bikes, so that was lovely. And the Paxi Loop, we spent 4 days doing the Paxi Loop, taking it steady.
On our new motorbikes, which were
semi-automatic motorbikes,
we've done really well. Very pleased about that. Having to think about gears, along with children, cows, dogs and chickens. We also had to change gear.
Yes.
But we conquered it. Here you go.
Indeed. Yeah, and that was nice. That was the scenery was nice. It wasn't quite as I preferred the scenery around northern Thailand, around Chiang Rai and Chiang Do. That was much more dramatic. But it was fun. It was nice to get out, and some of the waterfalls were okay.
Yeah. No, it was lovely.
Yeah. Laos has turned out to not to be lousy, but marvellous.
Yeah.
So,
and we've run out of time. We didn't manage to get the
Tarket
loop in, but we did the Paxi loop. So yeah, because that's been highly recommended to us as well. So if you get the chance, time it better than we did and have a go at the Tarket loop and Paxi loop, well worth doing on the bikes. It's about the sun's light up.
It does. See you in Cambodia.
Marvellous.